Hello everyone. Welcome to the User Bricks channel. Today we are doing an overview of my Lord of the Rings mod. Okay, so for this video, I am going to pretty much just go over what I've added to the mod so far. And yeah, already since the intro, you can see I have added a few things to this world already and to the mod, but yeah, this mod right now is more acting as a medieval food mod. That will change as I'm just putting in some, like, I guess you could say background objects to make the world or the environment feel more lively. I'm also creating this mod based off of the inspiration from somebody else's Lord of the Rings mod. A Lord of the Rings mod that was made for an earlier version of the game. The guy is still working on that mod, so if you want to play Minecraft 1.8.10, you can use this. I'm kind of trying to create a Lord of the Rings mod for 1.15 and up that pretty much does a very similar thing to his mod, just maybe not quite as nicely, hopefully just as works just as well. And yeah, so what I've added so far is you can see these what is this, 7 different cake-like blocks. Yeah, 7. The apple crumble, the banana cake, the berry pie, the cherry pie, the Dalish pastry, Dale, as in the land of Dale or city of Dale, from, I believe it's the city right in front of the Lonely Mountain. I believe that is the city. I may be wrong there. It's been a while since I've read the books or watched the movies. Next, we have a lemon cake, and then a marchpane, or is it marchpane? I never knew how to say that word correctly. It's spelled marchpane, Marchpane. I have no idea how to say that. If it is marchpane, I guess you guys could let me know. But anyway, beyond that, we have a kebab block. If you can't tell, I'm just going through the blocks real quick, and then I'll get into the creative inventory, which has all the items, which is far more expansive than the blocks you see here, and is the reason why I haven't had too many videos on the Lord of the Rings series so far, especially the tutorials. I've been adding in a lot of bulk items, so a lot of items that are similar but not the same. So we also have banana. This is just the block. It has its item form as well. And then we have the date with its item form. If you want to know how I made these blocks, you can check out my tutorials on the subject. I believe I have the list of videos in the description, probably a link to the list. Also, all of these have a link to how I made those in that list. And then moving on, we have some blocks that use some of my other tutorials and some of my own custom modding that if you want me to show you, I'll show you. I won't make a tutorial on them as it's pretty, I guess, complicated, but to really know how to do these yourselves, you have to understand how they work, and that takes ages to explain. Anyway, there I have mugs, and the mugs have hundreds of, not hundreds, technically they have got 51 different drinks that they can hold, and then those same 51 drinks for the goblets, the wooden, gold, copper, and silver. Then we've got the wine glass, which also has those drinks. And then the 2 ale horns, which don't yet have the drinks in them, but I will be adding the drinks to them pretty quick. There's the golden ale horn and the normal ale horn. Quick showing of what the drinks will look like in the glasses. This is water right here in the mug, and it works in all of the different orientations if the block has orientations and whatnot. There's also, which drink is this? This is cider. Yeah, and then there's also mead, which is booze. It's Lord of the Rings. What are you going to expect? There's going to be alcohol. And then there's also, all of these are cider in all of the different mugs. So if I clear my inventory, we will now go into the creative inventory. In the creative inventory for the mod, I have added a bunch of different tabs. These are the same tabs, different icons, but same tabs pretty much as the Lord of the Rings mod. I'm, in essence, duplicating or upgrading, or I guess the actual term would be updating. So yeah, the only tab so far, as you probably have already guessed, is the food and drink tab, of which there are a lot of things. There's all of the blocks you saw above, so there's the apple crumble, and banana, etc. And the, I guess I have it called marzipan block here. I don't know, maybe in the code or a file somewhere it was called marzipan instead of marchpane. I don't know. I may have to change that later. Also got pipeweed. There will be pipeweed, of course. Have to have the pipeweed and the smoke rings and all of that. Those will eventually be in here as well. We've got lambus bread. I added more apple types just to fill in the world. So we'll have apple trees eventually as well, along with the pear trees, the cherry trees, and mango trees. We'll have bushes as well. There are a bunch of different berries for those bushes. Then we also have grapes and their corresponding raisins. Golden raisins, don't be fooled. These are not made with gold. They are not in the same category of item as golden carrots or golden apples. Golden raisins are what dried white grapes are called in real life. And it's just golden raisins, or yellow raisins. Sometimes they're called that instead. Now, I won't list off everything in here, as there is quite a bit. I could, as you can see from how slowly the bar is going down, there is a lot. I'm just going to quickly go over and highlight a few things so this video doesn't get too extensively long. So we have Hobbit pancakes. I added those. The original mod had them, so I decided to add them. They seemed like a fitting choice. We also got a bunch more meat, such as gammon, which is actually the first crafted meat. It's salted pork is pretty much what gammon is. We've got lions, zebras, rhinos, venison, and of course kebabs. Those are cooked meat a different way than normal meats. So yeah. And then we've got a bunch of different other things, such as maggoty bread, something that's actually mentioned in the books and movies. We've got olives and olive bread. A lot of these things are also added in from real life, just because The Lord of the Rings is a real I guess, in essence, a real life scenario. So almost anything that exists in real life could exist in this mod. So yeah, I won't be adding everything, as everything is just way too much. I even limited the amount of drinks down to 51 from, I believe the original was like 300 or something. It was insane, the amount of drinks. So here we get to the drinks. This is the food and drink tab, of course. So we've got the mug and all of its different drinks. There's a lot, including chocolate and raspberry juice, orange juice, lemonade. There's jungle remedies. So there are things that are crafted that aren't necessarily what they sound like. So like lemonade, you automatically know that's lemons and sugar and such. So, and jungle remedy, I forget how the original mod creates it, but it's there. Now, if we keep going down, we'll get into the alcohol. There is a lot in here, or there was in the original mod. Each of these alcohols had 5 different levels of intensity, and there was also like 4 times as much, and it was just crazy. I limited it down from ale to ale, mead, red wine, cider, perry, cherry liquor, rum, vodka, maple beer, arak, and that's pretty much it. Just, I believe that's 10 different alcohols. And yeah, there's also a few other specialty drinks that I did leave in the 5 different versions. These aren't all alcohols, but they also give potion effects, which is why I left in the different intensities. So yeah, I don't know what I'll specifically do to make it so that you can craft the different intensities or how that'll work yet, but that's coming down the road. If you have any suggestions, leave them in the comment section below. I'm open to any ideas within reason, because I'm not going to be able to create everything, of course. Anyway, there's Muravir. I forget what this one does. It has been a while since I actually created the actual drink. I have been just adding it to all of the different glasses, or containers, I guess you could call them, such as the goblet. You can see there's all the different versions there. You can also tell that this is jumbled. That's because, well, for some reason the game's loading it really odd, and because I'm custom coding all of these items in, I have a little bit less control in the order of which the items are loaded into the game, which, if you didn't know, is what determines the order in the creative inventory. Unless you painstakingly go through and organize them, which I have done for the mugs, and I will eventually do with all the other drinks. I figured out an easier way, or not easier, faster way to do it. But yeah, so we have all of the mugs, the drinks above that you saw, and are all in the wooden goblets. Same with the gold goblets and the copper goblets. You can really now see how much jumbled it really is, just looking here. So, yeah. We have and this silver goblets. Leave a comment in this description if you would want me to create a mithril goblet. I will be creating a lot of the different metals, so put that in the comment section below if you want that. Yeah, and there is also, I believe, the glasses, the wine glasses. They don't hold just wine, of course. They're a container just like the rest. And then down at the bottom, we have ale horns, maple syrup, and bread. I put bread here. This isn't vanilla bread. This is a custom mod bread that I will be using to replace vanilla bread. I do this here because I wanted there to be a way that you could get maggoty bread without, like, just killing orcs and such. So, yeah, maggoty bread comes from bread. Over time, there is a very low chance that while you're holding bread, or bread is in a chest, that the bread will mold and get maggots. So it'll then slowly, over time, turn into maggoty bread. I may remove this functionality later. I'm not too happy with it, as it means there is some spoiling involved. Some people will like that, some people won't. And I totally get both sides. Yeah, so that's pretty much what I have added to the mod so far. Believe it or not, this did take months to add. Yeah. Part of me wishes I didn't add them custom coded, but now that I have, and I have gone over the custom code over and over, refining my system, I can now add another set of drinks for another container in a matter of minutes. I'll probably be able to add both ale horn sets of 51 drinks each, and that is a lot. That's 102 drinks in total for both ale horns. Those two combined, I will probably be able to add within 10 to 15 minutes, which is pretty fast compared to how fast you'd be able to do it in mCreator normally. So, yeah. However, how fast this happens is only because they are very similar, and how I have structured their loading into the game and whatnot. So, yeah. If you want me to show you the code for that, I can. Not that you'll really understand it, but yeah, it's code. It can get really complicated, even though it only takes up like 100 or so lines of code, which, believe it or not, is very few. Yeah. So that's what I've added to the mod so far. What I'm planning to do next is ways to get the food. So, like, all of their trees, all of the plants, the crops, crafting recipes. I have added quite a few crafting recipes, like cooking the meat and whatnot. I'll probably also add in the zebras, lions, rhinos, deer. If you didn't know, venison is what deer meat is called. So, yeah. And then kebabs, I'll probably add that, and camels. Those mobs probably will spawn in the normal vanilla biomes. I'm still trying to decide whether I want to create my own dimension for this mod, like the original Lord of the Rings mod that's for 1.8. And I may mirror what they've done, but I may at first just put the biomes, when I add biomes anyway, just put everything in the overworld and have it there for a little bit. But that aside, this is a lot of work here, and I got it to a point where I am happy to show you it. If you want to test out all of this, not all of these are attainable in survival. In fact, most of it is not. None of the drinks have any crafting recipes whatsoever. So keep that in mind. They will get crafting recipes in the future. So just hold on. And yeah, so if you want to test this out, head over to my Discord channel. I'll probably put out a message with a link to a download of this, I guess you could say, alpha version of the mod. So yeah, I hope you have enjoyed. If you did, leave a like and consider subscribing to get notified of the next update, as well as a few coding tutorials on how to create these things, and probably also some tutorials that don't involve tutorial coding, that don't involve let me rephrase that. Some tutorials that don't involve coding. That's what I meant to say. And those will, of course, be pretty much normal mCreator tutorials that anyone creating almost any kind of mod could use. No, and that's not to say the coding tutorials aren't for anything but this kind of mod. They will also work for a wide range of mods. So, I shall see you next time. This has been the User of Bricks.